Everybody, my name is Emily Blevins. I'm the junior senator from Shelby Valley High School.
And I'm Autumn Gravely, and I'm the senior senator from Shelby Valley High School.
And I actually came along as a guest. I'm Ethan Miller, and I work with the newscast that came from the Student Senate.
We titled our project Wildcat Perspectives in order to showcase our newscast for our school. So first we came up with a conflict. The community was too isolated from our school, and we had to figure out how to make a newscast that would target that conflict.
So, at the beginning, we had a newscast before this grant was granted to us, but it was only broadcasted on YouTube, and we decided that that wasn't enough.
We found it very effective putting it on YouTube to get to the students, but to get it to the parents and to the community, it wasn't that effective because a lot of them didn't know how to get on YouTube or didn't know how to use social media in general.
In addition, our equipment was outdated and inefficient. The media class that we had at the time was trying to use their cell phones and such to, maneuver around the conflicts and things like that. So we needed new equipment.
And adding on to the equipment, not only did we need the new equipment because we were using our iPhones and stuff, but we also needed a more adult-friendly broadcasting station so that we could get our word out to the community, to our parents and stuff. Where's the clicker? Okay. Then we decided that we needed to find our conflict that was targeted. We sought out for more professional equipment, such as MacBook Pros, studio lights, iPad stabilizers, and a microphone.
Okay, so with this equipment that we got, we found that it was a lot easier to carry on our newscasts because we had the right equipment. We could break up into groups and go out and do it instead of having to use, one phone or keeping the same quality. And then I also edit the newscast, so having this different equipment was a lot easier for me because when I went into edit, I wasn't worried about changing the contrast and stuff to make it line up with everybody else's devices. So it was a lot more efficient to use the equipment that we got from the grant.
Another thing about what you were saying, changing the quality and stuff, the iPads and the iPhones, they take different distances away. We noticed that the iPad takes a lot closer distance than when you film with an iPhone, it's farther away. So we would have to decide what distance to hold the iPhone and the iPad. So then we all started using iPads, so it would be the same.
Also, in order to target this conflict, we decided to seek a new route to produce that episode, and we reached out to East Kentucky Broadcasting, and they actually gave us a 15-minute slot on their 6 o'clock news.
Okay, so this is how the newscast is made. Our school's media class is in charge of filming and editing. Students were divided into groups and assigned sections of the newscast. So beforehand, we wasn't able to get in groups because we didn't have the equipment. But once we got the equipment, we were actually able to get in groups. And this opened up a whole other spectrum because the students were able to showcase their creativity and access that through our equipment. And we all had different iPads and stabilizers, and we were able to all do the same thing instead of having to one person do it all, basically.
And then I noticed that this really helped with time management and stuff because we all had a set time that we had to make our certain sections so that we would meet the 15-minute thing that we got with East Kentucky Broadcasting. Anchors were selected based on their performances. Actually, me and Ethan are the main news anchors, so we're broadcasted on every show. And then each anchor was assigned main topics. It was broadcasted every 2 weeks during the 6 o'clock news.
So a lot of people asked what we did to produce a newscast that was 15 minutes long. We used our school news, but in addition, we used our feeder schools news, and that helped them because they didn't have equipment or a route to produce their own newscast.
So the first thing that you see in our newscast will be the news at our school, which is what me and Autumn do. So we have different anchors. We just do the news. So we go around to the school and get news from like our guidance counselors, our principal. We check the calendars, and we go with teachers also to see if they have any like announcements to do with tests or anything like that. So me and Autumn, we go out and get this, and then we write a script, and we have the script sitting on our table, so we are able to access that during the video process. And with the equipment that we got, we are also looking into getting the iPad to actually read the script as we video. And then we have Dorton and Valley News. And like she said, they wasn't able to get their news out because they didn't have the equipment that we had. And they didn't have the class that we had also. So we feed out to them. And what we do with that is we get alumni from that school that go to our high school to give out that news. So it's familiar faces to some of the kids at that school. So they always tune in. That gives more viewers, and they get to find out their news. And Autumn, I can tell you more about the sports.
Also with the Dorton and Valley thing, we have like, it's all mixed together. So like that's both of our like elementary schools. So the high school is connected. So like he said, the familiar faces really is a good thing. And we get to know our students better, like who went to Dorton and who went to Valley. The sports, we have 2 anchors for sports, a girl and a boy. So we do obviously girl and boy sports, and it's Matt Cheney and Angel Newsom. And so we have our setup in a private room in our library where we go and film at the same spot every time. So we have the studio lights set up and everything, and it's private so that no one can get to it. So we sit in the same place, same time, all the time. Okay, we do an alumni spotlight, which is like trying to encourage people that go to school at Shelby Valley to branch out into their community and find jobs and stuff that's available to them. We have teacher spotlight, which actually our teacher, Mr. Osborne, he's our art teacher. We've done him, and we take that more in like sections like English and math, and then focus on the subjects. We'll talk about this too.
I'm going to go back to the alumni spotlight. So with down below the sports, you can see alumni spotlight, teacher spotlight, student spotlight, and clubs and organizations. So with all of those, we wasn't really able to branch out in groups like I said before. So with those were all student led, and they got to use their creativity to come up with that. So like with the alumni spotlight, the whole focus of it is if I can do it, you can do it too. Like one of the ones we had is a photographer from our school that she's an alumni. She is now one of the leading photographers in our area. Her name is Denisha Osborne. You might know her by Moments of the Heart Photography. And like the teacher spotlight, we spotlighted Mr. Osborne, and we intend to do a lot more teachers after that. And another person with the alumni spotlight is Josh Osborne. He is a singer-songwriter that is actually on the Country Music Highway Hall of Fame. And then student spotlight, we started doing that. And then clubs and organizations is the clubs at our school.
Okay, so that was our project. Thank you, guys. And you can actually find our website, and you can go on YouTube, and it is still posted on YouTube. You can also watch it on the 6 o'clock news on AKB. Thank you, guys.